Easy work. I ain't gotta worry about it. Like I said before, Logan Paul, he's a young, hungry lion. Yo, Floyd really is the GOAT. The man is putting up numbers, drawing attention to an exhibition. The numbers are surprising to some, not to all. And I'm gonna talk about that in this here video. Stay tuned.
I'm glad you know he's the greatest. Glad you know.
You've been here many times. You've been perfect. How different is this compared to everything you've accomplished in your career?
I'm here before. So I know what it takes. I fought every style you could possibly fight. Height and win fights, quick and win fights, fighting on each fight every day. And I'm going.
Some people think, hey, you're looking for the knockout. Revenge. How does Sunday night end?
I'm trying to use all the right words to get through.
I don't work for anyone to say anything. I can just
What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, y'all know what to do. Listen, hit the subscribe button. Do yourself a favor. What's in it for you? I drop the illest content in boxing. You heard Floyd. The latest and greatest. Let you know what type of shape the fighters are in. Fights coming up. Mayweather-Logan Paul will do the watch party and much more. Click the subscribe button. Hit the bell icon for post notifications so you don't miss a thing. Let's get into it. Now, say what you want about the man. Floyd Mayweather really is the GOAT. The man took boxing. He comes from poverty, came from a boxing family, and he just really reinvented the game. Floyd Mayweather used the game against itself. In the past, you've seen promoters and networks, and they were living high on the hog, and the promoters and networks were typically the ones that were winning in boxing. You know, ultimately, they had perfect health and a lot of riches off of the labor, I almost want to say slave labor, of the fighters who were gloving up, wrapping up, lacing them up, and risking their lives for this Mortal Kombat, this sport that we love, other people's entertainment in the sweet science, boxing. Floyd Mayweather found a way to embody and almost segue and merge the two, where you can see this high level of skill. You can see this crazy skill set, offense, defense, slipping punches, parrying punches, right? Jab, defense, offense, all that, right? And as well as put a lot of money in his pocket and make sure he had generational wealth and his family was well taken care of. So Floyd is the master. You know, the reason we got to give props to Floyd is because he just changed the way boxing is viewed. He combined entertainment with all these other elements. He was a smart businessman. He got with the right team. Like he said, I made a lot of smart investments. Me and Al Heyman, I got a hell of a team, right? And he did that. So I was looking at the weigh-in today for the Logan Paul fight. Now, keep in mind, Logan Paul looks huge, but muscles don't win fights. Skills ultimately pay the bills. But just so you guys see, this is a screen cap of the weigh-in. Floyd looks a lot smaller than Logan Paul, but where there's a weight and size disparity in this exhibition, Mayweather versus Paul, there's also a major skill disparity from the eyes of many. But, you know, some people think with Logan Paul, he's an influencer, he's a talker. Some people are rooting for him. He's also a Caucasian fighter. So sometimes people just believe it just because they want to believe it. You know, people are going to believe whatever they want. They're going to see the size differential and be like, oh, you could do it and you can will yourself through this. We'll see. You know, at the end of the day, we'll see. But I was looking at some of the numbers, and on YouTube, this particular fight, they were streaming the weigh-in, and there's a different angle so you guys see the size disparity. Logan Paul in great shape, Floyd in great shape. And let me see if I can zoom in for you. Boom. You never know. Boom. You never know. We got action. Huh? You think you could do this to me? Huh? You guys see on the screen 205,000 plus people watching now. Now, obviously not now because this is a screen cap. But he had it lit. The crowd looked full. There's a lot of people who says Mayweather Paul, hashtag Showtime Sports, hashtag weigh-in Mayweather versus Paul, ceremonial weigh-in, Showtime pay-per-view. So make sure you guys order the pay-per-view. Floyd is the GOAT. He got this many people watching, and it's a damn exhibition. Now, the irony in this whole situation is this. You have old media, the usual suspects, the usual detractors, the usual racists, the usual haters, and let them tell it. They say, oh, nobody wants to watch Mayweather versus Paul. This is a travesty. This is a mockery of boxing. This is foolish. This is a circus. Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. Floyd Mayweather, obviously somebody wants to see this, you know? Somebody wants to see this circus. And it's just ironic that we see the same thing continually happen with Sir Floyd Mayweather. When Floyd Mayweather was fighting Berto, directly after the Pacquiao fight, the fight that y'all said y'all wanted to see Floyd in and he could lose and Floyd don't like southpaws and all that, you know, despite fighting two Maidana fights and the fight you see here, Canelo, he decided to fight Berto. And you had all these people hating and saying like, oh, Mayweather versus Berto is just ridiculous and Floyd really ruined his legacy and all this stuff, just like they did with the Logan Paul fight. They say, oh, nobody wants to watch Logan Paul. This is horrible. This is a guy 0-1. But let me remind you, men lie, women lie, and numbers don't. Clearly, Logan Paul has some type of fanfare. Floyd is just the GOAT. You got to admit that. Showtime, CBS, Al Heyman, the whole engine, Floyd Mayweather promotion, they clearly know what they're doing. Just people seeing the size disparity, the exhibition. Because keep in mind, Julio Cesar Chavez is fighting Hector Camacho's son. So you have a Mexican legend fighting the son of a legend, right? And then on the undercard is Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. versus UFC legend Anderson Spider Silva. That's a pay-per-view. But the only difference is nobody's hating on that. Nobody's hating on that exhibition. Yeah, you can say Chavez Jr. is older than Floyd Mayweather, but Floyd already gave you an illustrious career, 22 plus years of fights. You know, nobody's hating on that. And I guarantee you there's not going to be that many people watching the weigh-in as was the case for Mayweather versus Paul. So you got to give Floyd his props. He knows the business. He's a marketing genius. He takes these Conor McGregors and, you know, goes to Japan and fights and makes some money, gets a bag out there in his boxing afterlife. He gave you a great career fighting the best champions. And then now he knows how to pick a rival and a dance partner. And you see that. The numbers are showing that. Use my link in the description to get TUBEBUDDY, an awesome way to level up your YouTube content. Make money on this YouTube platform like mine. And that's just by increasing your discoverability and dialing in your metadata and things like that. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Floyd really is the GOAT. Great numbers. Can't wait to see the event tomorrow. And to all the haters, it looks like you were wrong again. Old media, they never learn. Peace.